Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is Outside the Medicine, continue the book, The Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. I warn you, soldiers, so help me, it's the truth. I will crush you with body blows. I will crack your rib to splinters. You keep your family mourners near to cut you off. Once my fists have worked you down to pulp. Dead silence, so the armies met his challenge. Only Aurelius rose to take him on, heroic volunteer, bred of Talos blood, and a son of King Mecisteus, who went to Thebes in the old days. When Oedipus fell, and there at his funeral games defeated all the Thebans, the spearman Diomedes served as the man's second, goading him on, intent to see him win. First he cinched him round with the boxer's belt, then, taking rawhide thongs cut from a field ox, wrapped his knuckles well. Both champions belted tight, stepped into the ring, square off at each other, and let loose, trading jabs with their clenches fist, then slug it out. Flurries of jolting punches, terrific grinding of jaws, sweat revering, body glistening. Suddenly Euryalus glanced for an opening, dropped his guard, and Eupius hurled his smashing roundhouse hook to the head, a knockout blow. He could keep his feet no longer. Knees caved in on the spot, as under the ruffling north wind a fish goes arching up, and flops back down on the beach brick strewn with seaweed, and a dark wave blacks him out. So he left his feet, and down he went. Out cold, but big-hearted Eupius hoisted him in his arms and stood him upright. A band of loyal followers rushed to help him, let him cut off the rings. His feet dragged, head lolling to one side, spitting clouds of blood. Still senseless after they propped him in their corner, and they had to fetch the two-eared cup themselves. Quickly Achilles displayed before the troops the prizes set for the third event, the grueling wrestling match. For the winner, a large tripod made to strike a fire, and worth a dozen oxen, so the soldiers reckoned. For the loser, he led a woman through their midst, worth 4, they thought, and skilled in many crafts, and he rose up tall and challenged all the Achaeans. Now 2 come forward, fight to win this prize, and the giant Ajax got to his feet at once. Odysseus stood up too, an expert at a very subtle curling hold. Both champions belted tight, stepped into the ring, and grappling each other hand with big hurl arms, locked like rafters, a master builder bolts together, slanting into pitch the roof to fight the ripping wind, and their backbones creaked as scuffling hands tugged for submission holds, and sweat streamed down their spines, and clusters of raw welts broke out on ribs and shoulders, slippery, red with blood, and still they grappled harder, locking out for victory, locked for that burnished tripod. Odysseus, no more able to trip and bring to ground his man than Ajax could. Odysseus' brawn held out a stalemate, and the troops were growing bored. So at last the giant Ajax spurred his rival, grunting, son of Laertius, resourceful one, enough. You hoist me or I hoist you, and leave the rest to Zeus. As Ajax heaved him up, Odysseus never missed a trick. He kicked him behind the knee, clipping the hollow, cut his leg from under him, knocked him backward, pinned as Odysseus flung himself across his chest. That roused the crowd. They leaned to look and marveled. The next throw now, long and durer Odysseus' turn. He tried to hoist the great Ajax, budged him a little off the ground, true, but he could not heave him clear. Then hooked him round the knee, and down they sprawled together. Both men clenched in deathlock, tussling round in dust, and now they'd have jumped up, gone for the third fall, if Achilles himself had not stepped in and stopped them. No more struggling. Don't kill yourself in sport. Victory goes to both. Share the prize. Off you go, so the rest of the men can have a crack at the contest. And they listened gladly, nodding at his decision, wiped the dust from their backs, and pulled their shirts on. Achilles quickly set out the prizes for the foot race. A silver bow, gorgeous, just 6 measures deep, but the finest mixing bow in all the world. Nothing could match its beauty, a masterpiece that the skilled Sidonian craftsmen wrought with perfection. 4 nation traders, shipped across the misty seas and mooring in Thor's roads, presented to the king. Euaeus, son of Jason, gave it to Prince Patroclus, and ransom paid to release Lycaon, Priam's son. This was the bow Achilles offered up at the games to commemorate his great friend, for the one racer who proved the fastest on his feet. For the runner-up, he produced a massive ox with rippling fold of fat and half a bar of gold for him who came in last. He rose up tall and challenged all the Achaeans. Now, men, come forward. Fight to win this prize. Odysseus, quick at tactics too than Nestor's son, and Antilochus, fastest of all young men in the ranks. Achilles pointed out the post. They toed the line and broke flat out from the start, and Ajax shot ahead. With quick Odysseus come right behind him, close as the weaver's rod to the well-sashed woman's breast when she deftly pulls it toward her, shooting the spool across the wall, still closer, pressing her breast. So close Odysseus sprinted, hot on Ajax's heels, feet hitting his tracks before the dust could settle, and quickly Odysseus, panting, breathing down his neck, always forcing the pace, and all the Ajax shouting, cheering him on, as he strained for triumph, sprinting on and fast on home stretch, spurring toward the goal. Odysseus prayed in his heart to pleasing-eyed Athena, "Hear me, goddess, help me, hurry, urge me on." So Odysseus prayed, and Athena heard his prayer, but sprang in his limb, his feet, his fighting hand, and just as the whole field came longing in for the trophy, Ajax slipped at a dead run. Athena tripped him up, right where the down lay stick from bellowing cattle. The swift runner Achilles slew in Patroclus' honor. I'm going to stop here, continue next time. Thank you for watching.